The old mansion had stood empty for years, its walls slowly crumbling and its windows boarded up. Many believed that the house was haunted, and the spirits of the previous owners still lingered inside. But when a young family moved in, they didn't believe in ghosts. They thought the rumors were just local superstitions. But as soon as they began to unpack their boxes, strange things started to happen. Doors would open and close on their own. Footsteps could be heard pacing through the halls, and the air felt thick with an eerie presence. The family tried to ignore it, thinking that their minds were just playing tricks on them. But as the days passed, the activity only grew more intense. One night, the family was awoken by the sound of children laughing and playing in the hallway. But when they got up to investigate, there was nobody there. As they turned to go back to bed, they saw a figure in a long white dress floating towards them. They froze in terror, watching as the ghostly figure disappeared into the darkness. From that night on, the family never slept peacefully again. They would hear whispers in the night and footsteps creeping up the stairs. Objects would move on their own, and doors would slam shut without warning. Finally, they could take no more, and they packed their belongings and fled the house. The old mansion still stands empty to this day, and many believe that the ghostly figures of the previous owners still linger inside, waiting. It was just a game, they thought. A harmless way to pass the time on a rainy night. But when they gathered around a Ouija board, they had no idea what they were unleashing. As they asked their questions, the planchette moved on its own, spelling out chilling answers. The room grew cold, and the air felt thick with an otherworldly presence. But a group of friends continued to ask their questions, drawn deeper and deeper into the world of the paranormal. Suddenly, the room was filled with a blinding light, and a figure appeared in the center of the room. It was a ghostly apparition, its face twisted into a sinister grin. The friends tried to run, but they were frozen in place, unable to move. The ghostly figure began to speak, its voice filled with malice and hate. It told them of its tragic past, of how it had been wronged in life and had returned to seek revenge. The friends were terrified, trapped in the room with a vengeful spirit. Finally, the figure disappeared, leaving the friends shaken and scared. They knew that they had played with fire and had barely escaped with their lives. They vowed never to dabble in the world of the paranormal again. But they would never forget the terror that they had experienced that fateful night. The Ouija board was never used again, and the friends went their separate ways, haunted by the memory of the ghostly figure that had appeared before them.